welcome back to Sosa to Real. Before I get into today's topic, I just want to let everybody know that I'm starting a Discord for my channel where you guys can be up to date on when I'm dropping new content. You can stay in the mix with the community, speak amongst each other, and let you guys know when I'm about to go live. So I highly recommend that you guys join the Discord and stay in tune with everything, with the community, the Sosa to Real Nation. Let's get into today's topic. So today's video topic, stay single, the game is rigged. Now, what do I mean by the game is rigged? Well, I'm going to break it down to you exactly what my opinion on why the game is rigged. Now, before I start to mention that the game is rigged by the modern mindset of a woman and the modern mindset of the simp man. Now, those are just basically the branches and the leaves from the tree. But the tree, the seed that was stemmed from, is actually being controlled by the powers that be. So you guys have to understand one thing, is that this is all being done by design. It's pushing away from the marriage and the relationships of both male and females, the family household, the children. It's for population control. It's to keep women single and keep simp men funding these single women. Because you have to understand, keeping women single is more money for the economy. So women spend less money when they're married and they spend more money when they're single. So it's a thriving economy. Also, too, by keeping women single, they're more likely to have children out of wedlock, which is what's happening now at alarming rates. And so their children are going to be raised in a single mother household. And for a boy being raised in a single mother household, he can grow up to be a lot more emotional, which means that he can become more aggressive and more violent, which statistics have shown. And so more men raised in this kind of environment will be incarcerated. And so that actually brings more money to the state as well. So it's like a double whammy if you think about it like that. So the population with violence decreasing, with less children being born, less marriages. This is a big issue that has stemmed from the seed and has grown. And this is what we have today. Mindset of a modern woman and then the simp mindset of the man. This means, in the grand scheme of things, if you're an average or below average guy, which a lot of people are average, at one time, an average guy could get an average woman and it was perfectly fine. That woman didn't think that that average man was beneath him. She actually thought he was a catch, right? But now, because of how things are designed with the modern mindset of the modern woman and the help of the simp modern man, it all stems from this big tree. And now this is what we have to show for it, which is a lot of single men wondering, like, what's going on with me? What's wrong with me? Why am I single? Well, I can tell you this is why you're single. It's because the dating pool is unbalanced due to causes that we are not in control of. We can't simply just blame the modern mindset of the modern woman or the modern mindset of the simp man. The natural cause was the powers that be. So with that being said, what can you do as a single man that is average, below average, or just a normal guy? Well, the thing you can do is just stay single. Unless you do decide to get back into the dating market, you can't expect to find this. And it's called the bargain market. Unless you get lucky. And if you do, it will have a shelf life. I'm just being honest. But if you ever get desperate, because desperate times calls for desperate measures, you can go to a place called the bargain market. Oh yes, you can expect to find single mothers there, preferably 2 or 3 or 4. Yes, you will be expected to pay extra for that. That extra baggage. If you're feeling a little frisky, they got jumbo sizes available as well for a bargain price. And they also have women that have high debt that you will be expected to pay for. So you being an average guy, this is what you can expect to get in today's dating market. But like I said, if you do get lucky, it will have a shelf life. Unless you get ultra lucky. But that's rare. And even if you are that top 20% guy, 15, 20%, the type of guy that all the girls want, the game is still going to be rigged for you as well. The only difference between you and the average man is that you're going to be able to spend a little bit longer at the roulette table, craps table, poker table, blackjack table. You pick a table. You're going to have a lot longer time playing at the casino. But no matter what, in today's time, the way the game is rigged, unless you're a very, very small, specific type of person, that you have the ins and outs of life, you have connections, the chances of you being successful are slim to none. It's like winning big at a casino. Very few people do win, but majority are losers. The game is rigged and the house always wins. How the game is rigged for the modern woman is by her being promiscuous and sleeping around with the top 15, 20% of guys. She thinks that just because by her sleeping with these guys, she thinks that's her new average, which in point of fact, it's completely the opposite. Just because he sleeps with her doesn't mean that he wants to be with her. But in a modern woman's mindset, they think that just because he sleeps with them, now that's their new target level. That guy has hundreds of women chasing after him. She was just his lonely night out, that he had a slow night. But she thinks, oh wow, I hit the jackpot. But she didn't. House always wins. She crapped out. But she doesn't know that. Instead of her spending all this time trying to chase this guy that doesn't want anything to do with her, she should be chasing that average guy that actually wants something to do with her, her equal. So as an average guy or a below average guy, life isn't over. You actually have a lot of life left. You can live a life of an abundance. You can live stress-free. You don't have to worry about her leaving you. You don't have to worry about her cheating on you. You don't have to worry about a woman gaining hundreds of pounds and still leaving you. A lot of hobbies that you can get into, start new hobbies. You can come and join Sosa's Discord. That's one thing, you can become part of the community. If you're listening to this video and you're a single man, or anybody that wants to just come and join the Discord, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not over. Just because the world is the way that it is in the dating world doesn't mean that your life has to be over. Your life can just begin. But you have to put in that effort. You have to try new things. You have to get out of the house. Try new hobbies. Explore. Travel by yourself. Start a YouTube channel like I did. I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm just trying it just to see what happens. And so far, I've been very grateful and thankful for even the small little milestones and accomplishments that I've made. So if I could do it, somebody who's been depressed, been lonely, been single, you guys can too. What's stopping you? Seriously, what's stopping you? It's your mind that's stopping you. So get out of your head. Because that's really what this is all about, is being inside of your mind way too much. Because at the end of the day, you control your mind. You tell your mind, I'm going to get up and go to that gym. I'm going to go start that hobby. I'm going to start that YouTube channel. I'm going to start these little side jobs to keep me busy. I'm going to start a collection of this or a collection of that. I'm going to start saving my money because it's my money. Not some money that this woman might potentially steal from me and give to the next man. Or be in a sexless marriage or relationship. Get out of your head. Because at the end of the day, fear is all in your mind. It doesn't exist. But you know what does exist? You telling yourself you can't do it. Because deep down, if you really want to, you can do it. And the reason why I have to keep reiterating myself is because, like me, I need to hear things multiple times for me to understand it. That's how I am, and I believe a lot of people are like that as well. The modern woman mindset is not the only one to blame. We have to also blame the simps as well, because they are feeding the average modern woman's mindset. They're feeding her. They're making her feel like she's greater. And these simp guys thinking that they have a chance with these women, and they really just don't. She's just using him for his resources, for what he can provide for her at the time. And when she bleeds him dry, she moves on to the next simp and the next simp and the next simp. And it's a cycle and a cycle. Because these women think, why would I need to get with this average guy when I can have all these average guys give me all the money and I don't need to be with them? But in point of fact, before, that average girl would be perfectly fine being with that average guy. But like I said, the game is rigged. But I'm here to tell you, this is all being done by design. We have no control. On the bigger scheme of things, we have no control. The powers that be, the ones that rule this world, we have no control in what they do. But you do have control in where you spend your money, where you spend your time, your efforts, your self-respect. You can control those things. And the more you stop doing these things for these modern day mindset women, being a simp, the more you can get your power back as a man that can build with his hands, a creator. We need to get the power back in order to balance things out. And until things balance out, my recommendation for a lot of you guys is just to stay single, because you're playing a rigged game that you cannot win. If you want to have fun with these women, go right ahead. Have fun. But just know what you're getting yourself into when you're having fun. Know your limitations. I'm going to make another video called Controlling the D. Stay tuned for that video, because that's going to be a very powerful video. Control your D. Because that's what gets men into a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Especially if you are a man that has resources. You have some type of economic value. That could be very detrimental. So stay tuned for that video. So like I said, the game is rigged. You guys know why it's rigged. The powers that be have controlled it. They've manipulated the modern woman mindset and the modern simp man's mindset. And this is what we have today. A bunch of single men, average and below average, wondering, why can't I find a girl? And this is why. Because the game is rigged. It has nothing to do with you guys. Well, what if I was better than average? What if I was better than this, better than that? Even if you were, with the way the game is played, even if you were that guy, these women will still want something better and better and better. You can't win, no matter who you are. I know I said that if you were one of these top guys that you can win for a little bit. Remember, this type of game that you're playing, even if you're at the top, it has a shelf life. Some last longer than others, but at the end of the day, it still has a shelf life. So thank you guys for watching Sosa 2 Real. Remember, the game is rigged. So if you don't want to get played, Don't play the game. And if you are going to play the game, know the rules. Know the rules. Watch where you spend your money. Watch your self-respect. Don't fall in love. You can love a woman, but don't fall in love. Sosa Too Real. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.